Okay, let's talk about it. Generative AI. It's the tech everyone is talking about, right? So, in the next few minutes, we're going to cut through the noise and get right to what it is, how it actually works, and yeah, why it feels like it's changing, well, everything.
It really does feel like all of a sudden AI is just everywhere. I mean, it's in the news, it's on your phone, it's probably in your work chats. We're seeing it write poems, create these mind-blowing images, and even churn out computer code. But what is this stuff really? Behind all that hype, what are we actually looking at? Let's peel back the layers and find out.
So, let's get one thing straight right away. This is not just another tech trend. This isn't like the hot new app that's going to fade in a year. No, people who know their stuff are calling this a massive, fundamental shift in technology. And honestly, getting a handle on the basics is going to be key to understanding where our world is headed. All right, so what exactly is this new wave of AI we're all talking about? Well, the term you're going to hear over and over is generative AI. And the name itself, it actually gives you a huge clue about what makes it so incredibly powerful. Okay, so here's the absolute heart of it. Generative AI doesn't just look at data that's already out there. No, it creates something brand new, something that didn't exist before. So think of it less like a super smart calculator and more like a creative partner. Something that can help you compose a song, design a logo, or even just write that tricky email from a blank page. And this is a really, really important difference. The kind of AI we've been used to for years, let's call it traditional AI, it's fantastic at recognizing things. Think about your email spam filter. It just finds patterns to spot junk mail. But generative AI, well, it takes its understanding of all those patterns and produces something totally new. I love this analogy. It's the difference between an art critic who analyzes art and the artist who actually creates it. So, how does this creation magic actually happen? To get that, we've got to pop the hood and look at the engine driving this whole revolution. And that engine is called a large language model, or for short, an LLM. This is the powerhouse behind so many of the AI tools that have been blowing up recently. So, how does one of these LLMs actually think? It's so tempting to imagine it's like a little brain in a computer, right? But the reality is kind of simpler and also way more brilliant than that. It's not thinking like we do. What it's really doing is an incredibly sophisticated game of pattern matching and prediction. So how does it get from the question you type in to a perfectly good answer? Believe it or not, the process is pretty straightforward when you break it down. First, whatever you type in, your prompt, it gets chopped up into these little numerical pieces called tokens. That's the only language the machine really gets. Then, using everything it's learned from, basically the entire internet, it just predicts the next most likely word. Then the next one after that, and the next. It just keeps stringing these predictions together until it forms a whole sentence or paragraph, and then sends it right back to you. At its heart, it's just a crazy powerful prediction machine. Okay, so the how is fascinating, for sure, but the real story, the reason we're all talking about this, is what this technology can actually do out in the real world. I mean, we are already seeing it shake up entire industries. It's changing how we work, how we learn, and how we create. And the sheer range of what these things can do is, well, it's staggering. An LLM is absolutely not a one-trick pony. It can take a 20-page report and boil it down to one paragraph for you. It can be your personal research assistant. For coders, it's like a co-pilot, helping write and debug code. It can even act like an artist's muse, creating incredible images just from a few words you type. Let's make this real with an example. Think about education. Imagine you're a student and you're really struggling with a tough concept in, say, physics. An AI can become your personal tutor, right there 24/7, patiently giving you endless explanations and practice problems until you get it. Now flip that. For a teacher, it's like a tireless assistant helping them dream up new lesson plans and create custom materials for every single student. Just that one example, it shows you how huge the impact could be. So we've covered what it is, the basics of how it works, and what it can do right now. But here's the kicker. This technology is moving at a blistering pace. I mean, it's unbelievable. The conversation isn't really if this is going to change our world anymore, it's how it's going to change it and just how fast. Think about this. For the first time in history, we have a tool that doesn't just help with our analytical skills, it can actually boost our creativity. The technology is here, it's real. So the next chapter isn't really about what the machine can do by itself, it's about us. It's about the future we decide to build with it. The real question is, what do we want to create?